in disobedience to God, you're not going to be close to him. And I thought, no, I don't think so. I thought, God actually saved us in our sin. That's how close he was to us. He actually bent down and saved us when we were in sin. So our relationship with God, there's many times God's grace is great. There are many times that I don't walk in obedience to God and God still blesses me. And what he usually does is he will draw me closer to him. And what I know, my walk with God is going to be different than someone else's walk with God. I may not be aware of certain things that are sinful, where other people would be like, oh, I can't do that because that would be sin for me. We have a lot of debatables, right? So, like, some people cannot drink because they've had a problem with alcohol. It's a debatable thing for them. It's just they would sin if they drank. Other people are like, I have no problem drinking. I have no problem with it. I'm not drunk, and I have no problem with drinking. So, in these areas, we need to be careful what we are calling, different people to. So, I'm somebody who, if certain things happen, I would not probably be as convicted, maybe, as somebody else about something. So I think we really need to be careful how we approach the Bible and how we think. And for example, this woman attacking me again after saying sorry, she's like, you know, God's going to have the Holy Spirit convict you of this. No, he's not. My words that were hurtful to her were not hurtful to me. She wanted to come after me and say, oh, maybe your husband left you because it's your fault. And I said, maybe your son-in-law died because you drove him to it. So it's not even that I was really even involved. It was just, hey, you want to throw something out at me, let me give it right back to you. So she's like, God's really going to deal with you with that one. And you know what? I don't think so. I think God understands the heart, and he knows when someone's attacking you, you have a right to defend yourself. So be careful in churches. There are Christians out there who will put their own convictions and their own burdens on you. You can have opinions, but you also have to give grace to people who actually might think a little different than you. And God's grace is bigger than any sin. I don't see God as somebody, who's like, I'm not going to excuse sin, okay? But and if we have sinned, we don't want to lie and say, we don't sin. But God, he's got it. He's got it. We're all set, okay? He died for it, and we're good, and we're his children. And just like a father who loves his children, I think, God is very gracious, extremely gracious. I don't think it's a father in heaven who's just looking down his nose at all the time saying, hey, I'm going to hold you accountable for this little thing you just did. And I'm going to hold you accountable for this little thing you just did. And I do not see God that way. I just don't. If he's going to hold us accountable, I think in a lot of ways it's just like we will not maybe have certain rewards, but I don't see him like, not for a child of God. I don't see him being like, oh, I'm going to hold you accountable for every little thing, because it's all under the cross. Past, present, future. It's all there. He may be like, I just don't see God nitpicky, like, oh, you